Hey, it's me, Destiny B, with Teen Drama. So today we are doing something a little bit different. We're just going to answer a bunch of questions. So essentially, I asked AI to give me 100 questions so that y'all can get to know me since I'm a little new. So yeah. So question 1 is, who are you and what season of life are you in right now? Also, I'm gonna answer these questions very short and sweet because I want this video to be 8 years long. I'd say I'm in spring because, I'm growing and I'm getting better and stuff. Question 2, what's the story behind sharing this podcast? To be fairly honest, to be frank, I want money. I want money. I also just want to talk. I love talking. If you ask anyone I know, I will literally never shut up. So this gives me a way to talk and maybe people listen. Okay, what did you want to be when you were a kid, and what does that say about you now? I want to be rich, and what that says about me now is that I'm going to grind until I'm rich. Okay. 4, what has been the biggest turning point in your life so far? Going to therapy. Question 5, what's a moment from childhood that still shapes you, how you parent or lead today? I'm not a parent, so I'm just gonna, it says lead too. Honestly, I don't really know. I'm not sure. What's something people often misunderstand about you? People sometimes will think I'm very mean, and honestly I don't try to be. It's not, and I'm not going to use the I'm really honest mistake or anything like that. It's just sometimes I don't think before I speak. Honestly, I do really hate when people make the I'm just being honest mistake, because you can be honest and be kind. So sometimes people think I'm really mean, and I'm really not. I don't try to be mean, and when I am, I really feel bad about it because half the time I don't know I was being mean, and I feel really bad. But yeah, that's something people misunderstand about me. But I feel like not as much this year. I feel like in the past it was worse. I feel like better this year. A lot of people think I'm a pretty nice person. But I'm not sure. Okay. When do you feel most like yourself? Probably when I'm playing tennis, or I'm singing, or just talking to myself. 8, what's a belief that you grew up with that you see differently now? I don't really have any. I think I pretty much keep all my beliefs. What's a small decision that ended up changing your life in a big way? Going to therapy. 10, who has shaped your character the most, and how, faith, values, and inner life? Probably my sister. She's helped me a lot, and I talk to her probably more than anyone else in the world, so that's probably one of the things. What core values guide your decisions day to day? What guides my decisions day to day? I just try to keep it peace. Keep it peaceful, honestly. I'm not trying to start anything with nobody anymore. I'm just trying to chill. How has faith changed you over the last 5 years? I'm not sure. What scripture or spiritual truth are you clinging to in this season? I forgot what it's called. It's something is walking with her, and I don't know, but there's this poem that I really like. It's from her, and y'all should read it. The book Her. I think it's by Perry Alex Genty. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. But it's I really have it memorized. It's perfect people are just good pretenders and exceptional liars. To ask her to be perfect is to ask her to be those things, and I think that's one of the things. When have you felt God's presence most clearly in an ordinary moment? I had a dream before my grandfather died, and I don't know what the dream was, but I just woke up in tears. And my mom was like, what happened in the dream? And I was like, I don't know. I literally didn't remember the dream. I literally just woke up in tears, and I was like, we need to call people. And he was like, why? And I was like, I don't, I just really didn't call people now. And I actually didn't know why, but he died the next day. What doubt or question about faith have you wrestled with the longest? Definitely, because things are written by humans and stuff, and we have evolution of religion and things. I am very skeptical about how much of every religion is true, because I definitely think that every religion could definitely be something that's definitely altered by humans. And also, we have really bad, sometimes you have a spiritual leader, religious leader who does something very wrong, and it makes you really question who's actually in it for the things that they should be in it for, you know? And I've always wrestled with that. What spiritual practice actually fits your real life right now? I don't honestly understand that question. What's a belief you once held strongly but have completely changed your mind about? I'm probably people perceiving me. I used to think that people perceive me as rude because I was like a very honest person. But now I just think of it as like, okay, like I can be a very honest person and not be a butthole. So yeah, very changed my mind. Okay, what does success mean to you in light of your faith and values today? Just being a nice person and being a person that people feel comfortable coming to about anything and everything, you know? I don't know. Okay. What uncomfortable lessons most improved your perspective? Probably getting bullied, honestly. If you could sit with your younger self for 10 minutes, what would you say? Parenting and family. The first thing I would say to my younger self is probably like don't worry about other people. Like literally don't worry about other people. Don't try to fit in because that's gonna go wrong. Don't try to not fit in because that's gonna go wrong. Don't like just do what you do and don't worry about nobody else. Okay. What's the hardest part of parenting in this season for you? Not a parent. What's the most surprising joy of parenting you didn't see coming? Not a parent. How do you handle it when you and your child's school don't agree? Don't have it. Okay, I'm just gonna skip all these ones because these ones are all about parenting, I think. Yeah. Okay. What do you feel called to in this season, inside or outside of the home? People. What part drains you the most, and what have you learned from that? Of life? Probably when people don't like me. It's kind of hard for me because I don't want to. I don't know who wants to like me, but I try really hard not to care, so it's kind of draining, I guess. I don't know. Even though not a lot of people have a problem with me, it's still a struggle. Okay, what part of work or service lights you up the most? Definitely when I succeed. Like, I don't have work right now, but, like, school, when I succeed, like, when I get an A, it lights me up, like, a lot. What is a failure that turned out to be a gift in disguise? Honestly, I have no idea. What is the most unexpected skill your life has forced you to learn? Probably how to get along with anyone. I can pretty much get along with anyone I'd like to get along with. Yeah. What habit has helped your personal growth the most? Taking meds. What's something you stopped chasing that improved your life? Men. Like, explain to me why I was really guy obsessed. Like, I never really, like, I didn't date, but I was definitely boy obsessed for a little while. Because I think I just wanted validation, honestly. How do you decide what to say yes or no to? I don't know. I just kind of decide. When do you realize your original plan for life wasn't going to work? Probably when I realized that humans can't be cats. Not that I was a furry. It's just that I just feel like cats have a better life than us. Okay. If failure weren't possible, what would you love to try next? Probably... Shoot, I don't know. What would I try? Probably to break like some random world record that would give me a lot of money. Like money. Okay. Which relationship has influenced your personal growth the most and how? Probably my relationship with my sister, just because she always keeps me in check and I grew up with her and she knows me really well, so I feel like I can learn a lot from her and I actually will listen to her. What's a conflict that ended up strengthening a relationship? I don't know. What did you have to unlearn about communication or conflict? Like, I thought, like, whenever you were conflict with someone, you were just supposed to, like, not talk to them until y'all were both okay with it. But now I know that you have to, like, actually talk to people to get over a conflict. When did you learn the importance of boundaries in a relationship? I personally didn't learn the importance of boundaries in a relationship, but my friends have told me about things when they didn't set boundaries, and it went very bad. So now I know. What does healthy support from friends look like to you right now? I think just like being a good friend, being cheering for your wins and crying for you when you fall, crying with you. How do you nurture friendship in a busy family season? I don't know. I haven't really had a busy family season, so I don't know. Who do you go to when you need unfiltered truth, and why do you trust them? My sister, because she will always tell me the truth every single time. Okay. What has living in your city taught you about community? Absolutely nothing. There's no community here. I actually am gonna do a whole separate video on how the fact that we have no community is just definitely like going into our my next video will be about how community is contributing to depression. Okay, when have you felt truly seen and understood by someone? Probably whenever there was some my best friend at the time. He was very he had ADHD like me and everything, and I felt very seen and understood whenever I was talking to him, because we had a very similar lifestyle. We went to the same school, we had the same friends. It was kind of we lived very similar lives, but different enough to where we could still be friends. We weren't the same person, but he definitely understood how I thought, and I've never met someone who did understand how I thought, so that was I did feel very seen and understood. How do you decide who gets your limited time and emotional energy? I don't. I give what people give me. So if I like you and we're cool and you're giving me energy, I'll give you energy. What's your favorite memory that still makes you smile? So me and my grandpa, we built a teepee. I was like, hey people, we have a project where we have to build a model teepee. And he has a bunch of bamboo in his backyard, and he was like, okay, hands me a machete. I forgot what it was. I was in 4th grade, so I was maybe 10 or 11. First time I had a machete, though. And we were cutting down the bamboo or whatever, and then we built a teepee out of bamboo, and I ate mac and cheese in it that night, and I was staying with my grandparents. And yeah, I got down on the project. How do you keep track of all the school dates, forms, and activities? I don't. I literally don't. I just pray. I literally just start praying. Right now, I just, faith, trust, and pixie dust, I swear. Sorry. Okay, sorry. What regret are you learning to see differently? I don't really have any regrets that I see differently. What is a favorite failure or mistake that taught you something priceless? Yeah, no, don't have one of those. What did you believe about yourself in the past that you now know isn't true? I used to think I was really dumb because I was always a very high achieving student, and I always did very well school wise. I was also very emotionally intelligent. I feel like I'm a decently smart person overall, not to be cocky or anything, but I genuinely do think I'm a decently smart. I'm a very intelligent person. I think I was very stupid because I couldn't spell or write, but I was a very high reading level. So no one thought I had dyslexia, because I could read at an extremely high level, but I couldn't write and stuff. And then I got diagnosed with dysgraphia. And then apparently that was a mixed diagnosis. I got re-diagnosed with dyslexia. So, yeah, that's something that I believed of myself in the past wasn't true. I believed I was stupid, but it actually turns out I literally just had neurodivergency. And now I know how to get over things like that, and I have tools that help me with that. What helped you forgive someone who deeply hurt you? Nothing. Nothing. I don't. If someone hurts me really bad, they just get cut off, honestly. I protect my peace. What did the past version of you do really well that you want to reclaim? Nothing. What story about your family of origin are you still unpacking? I'm still trying to figure out like exactly what's going on with like my grandmother. She's very smart. So what I've learned from my family is that my grandmother was like very like light skinned, very pale, and she was in a very toxic marriage, got married off when she was young. Not my grandma, my great grandma. She did not want to be in that marriage, she did not want to be in that relationship. So she was sending her kids off to California with money that she was making, pretending to be white and working at as a chef. So she could cook. But this is like back in depression and stuff. And she selling her kids off, and she successfully did that. And I'm trying to figure out like exactly what happened, because she was apparently like amazing. She was just I mean, she got all her kids out that situation. I think that's very important. She also had like 11 kids or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really talk to all of them. I only talk to like 7 of them. But I know there's more. Okay. Have you seen God redeem something painful from your past? No. What lesson took you the longest to learn? That other people have inner monologue. Like the world doesn't revolve around me. Like there is a bunch of planets and there's thousands of stars and everything in our universe, and they all revolve around one point, and that point isn't me, like genuinely. What fear quietly influenced a major decision in your life? The fear of like being hated again definitely influenced my decision on what school I went to. So I had the option to go to a smaller school or a larger school. I chose the larger school because if I messed up again, I would have more room for error to like get a different friend group or whatever, because there's like a couple thousand, I think like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people in my school, opposed to like the school that had like 400 people. I'm like, if I make a mistake, I'll be able to bounce back, because not everyone even knows each other, but everyone at the other school knows each other. What does the rest really mean to you? What does rest really mean to you beyond just sleep? Probably just like mentally taking a break. I do a lot. I try to stay active a lot, so sometimes I just need to rest. What have your kids taught you about God or yourself? I don't have kids. What is one unpopular opinion you hold about parenting, school, or faith? Unpopular opinion, but for all 3 of these things, anything everyone tells you could not be true. Like, question everything. And I'm so serious, like everything, like question math, question your parents, question your faith. If you don't, I feel like you can still be faithful and question your faith. But I think you should question your faith, because if you don't question your faith, like you're just blindly following. You could be following freaking Barney for all we know. School, you can't just blindly believe everything they tell you at school. Like, you don't know what's true and what's not. Like, you know, even if they're not meaning to lie to you, like things your parents, like even if your parents don't mean to lie to you, or like think about it, like a lot of people's parents told them about the tooth fairy, Santa Claus, all those things. And I hope that you don't believe in those things, so I just broke that to you. Okay. What advice sounds good but never has worked for you in real life? Don't know. What would you want your great-grandchildren to know about how you live? Probably that I was like very outgoing and I was very ambitious and I worked hard to build the generational wealth that they now have. What have you learned about asking for help? Do it. Always ask for help. Sometimes you need help and it's okay to ask for help. Going back to the therapy thing, if I didn't ask for help, I'd be in a very dark place right now. When do you feel most at peace? Playing tennis. What do you wish more people understood about raising neurodivergent kids? Definitely be patient. Patience is key. I think we all think differently and you just need to try. Like, you're not going to understand your kid. No matter how many books you read, articles, no matter how much they try to explain it to you, you will never understand it if you're not neurodivergent yourself. And honestly, even if you are neurodivergent yourself, you might still not understand it, depending. So you just gotta be patient and you gotta understand that you're never gonna get it, but try to bear with it. What does balance realistically look like for you, not the internet version? Fun preferences or lighter? I don't know. Okay. What are 3 small everyday things that bring you joy? Hugs. Really like ice cold water. And my blankie. What is your perfect slow Saturday? Don't have one. I don't like slow. What's your go-to comfort show, movie, or game, and why? White Chicks, because it's the most funniest movie ever, and I literally almost have the money. Like, whenever people hate watching that movie with me, because I can literally say the entire script. Like, it's bad. I love White Chicks. What's the guilty pleasure you're secretly grateful for? Don't have one. Are you an early bird or a night owl, and how does that affect your day? I honestly don't know. City life, suburbs, or countryside? What fits you best and why countryside? Because I'm freaking insane and society needs me. Needs me as far away from people as possible. Also because I want to have a lot of animals because I like animals. What's one thing you absolutely cannot live without? My blankie. What's one way you unwind after a long day? Literally doing this, like filming my podcast. Just talking to myself. Because even if I'm not filming it, I talk to myself all the time. What song always makes you sing along or move your body? Nonsense. Sounds like, I'm talking nonsense. I'm talking. What's a silly family story that always makes everyone laugh? Don't have one. When you imagine your life in 5 years, what do you hope feels different? I hope I'm really happy and rich and probably rich. What do you hope your kids will say about their childhood when they're grown? I hope they'll say that they had like a very good childhood and they think that I raised them well. And, that they're happy with how I raised them and they liked it being raised by me. What's one dream you've been afraid to admit out loud? Yeah, I've never been afraid to admit anything out loud. What's one risk you feel nudged to take this year? None. What is a good thing you're learning about trusting God with an unknown future? Any higher power, I think that you sometimes it's not even about trusting a higher power with an unknown future. It's literally just about like sometimes you just have to trust a higher power with something because you don't wanna deal with it. What practices help you to hold onto hope in hard seasons? Probably just writing down gratitude, hugging. What legacy do you want to leave behind your family and community? Probably just like treating everyone with kindness and joy and being a very happy person. What would make this year feel meaningful even if nothing big happens? If I can get like a really close friend, like I really want like a bestie. If this podcast helped just one specific person, who is she and what do you want her to know? She's me last year. Like anyone who's like that, not in the best place mentally. And I want her to know that she's heard. Like, I want people who listen to this to feel heard and be like, yeah, like, honestly, that's how I think too. And, like, because I would love to have a creator that I feel very heard by. So, but that was the last question. So, as always, that was a really good episode and the longest one yet. So I hope you all have a lovely day. Again, this was Teen Drama with me, Destiny B. And don't forget to follow, like, comment, all the interactions. I'm trying to get monetized by the end of May. So y'all know the vibe and go ahead and do that right now. Bye-bye.